In the past few weeks, YouTube copied Netflix and made a series of mistakes that made the whole internet angry. Seriously? A lot of things happened during the last week, and YouTube is in the eye of the storm. Let's begin. YouTube Premium is getting stricter with its rules. The family plan will only be for those who live in the same house. This is literally a copy of Netflix's family plan, remember? First, Netflix. They used to say that love is sharing your password. That's what they said, right? If you shared your password with your loved ones, it was because you loved them and all that kind of thing. And then when they saw that it was causing them billion-dollar losses, they got rid of the password sharing feature of sharing accounts. And basically, you had to be in the same household to have the family plan. YouTube has done exactly the same thing, and that has made a lot of people angry, especially those who pay for YouTube Premium, which is actually a lot of people. That's not the only problem either. The worst part is that this isn't the only issue. We can see that things like the following have happened. The artificial intelligence tool that YouTube uses to edit your videos without you knowing and without asking for your permission. Wait, what? Yes, there was a scandal with YouTube in the last few days. And it turns out that many content creators realized that their videos had been edited. That the videos were edited in certain aspects. And that caught the attention of many content creators. This became somewhat controversial. Many YouTubers commented on it. And at first, YouTube denied the news until there was an investigation, and YouTube ended up admitting it. Seriously crazy, here they tell us. YouTube made artificial intelligence edits to several videos without notifying their creators or asking for their permission. Rick Beato's face just didn't look right. I thought, my hair looks weird, he says. And the more I looked, the more it seemed like I was wearing makeup. Interesting, isn't it? Beato has a channel with more than 5 million subscribers where he has created almost 2,000 videos exploring the world of music. He sensed something odd in a recent post, but could hardly tell the difference. I thought, I'm just imagining it. Turns out I wasn't. In recent months, YouTube has secretly used artificial intelligence to retouch users' videos without notifying them or asking for their permission. The shirt wrinkles are more defined and the skin appears sharper in some spots and smoother in others. Pay close attention to the ears. You might notice that they become distorted. I don't know. I'm already touching my ears. I don't know what's happening anymore. Oh my god. Well, I want to think that I haven't suffered any of that and that my face hasn't been deformed. According to YouTube, YouTube has assured that these are just small changes. However, several disturbed YouTubers say that it gives their content a subtle and unpleasant feeling of being generated by artificial intelligence MMM. In fact, many claim that it completely distorted them. It's interesting to see how YouTube is relying on artificial intelligence in some rather strange ways, don't you think? Recall that we recently discussed this. YouTube will use artificial intelligence to estimate your age. If it's wrong, you'll need to prove it. Another rather controversial measure related to control that made a lot of people angry. Because it's not just YouTube, there are several platforms that are asking you to prove that you're of legal age. This is because the United Kingdom government is requiring it in order to have access to its own citizens' data. And all of this is happening at the same time that YouTube has decided to make drastic changes regarding YouTube Premium. Let's take a good look at what has happened. Attention! Users have reported that Google has started suspending their YouTube Premium benefits for members of a family plan who do not live at the same address as the administrator. The company also announced that it will suspend accounts purchased in countries different from where the user resides. Yes, exactly. For example, let's say you got your account in Mexico, but then you suddenly moved to Colombia. What would occur in that scenario? It's very simple. They're going to suspend your account. Actually, I think they're going to suspend your plan because suspending your whole account would seem too drastic to me. I think the most logical and consistent thing would be for them to suspend your plan and tell you, you know what? If you're living in Colombia, you should pay for the Colombian plan. But I have a suspicion, and this is something that many companies usually do. Let's suppose you're a German or a Swiss person, right? You're someone who has lived their whole life in Switzerland, and suddenly you decide that you're going to move to Guatemala. No, or rather that you're moving to Ecuador, Colombia, or another Latin American country. Thomas, did you decide to go to Latin America while living in Switzerland? Did you sign up for your service in Switzerland and are you still paying for YouTube Premium in Swiss francs? Let me ask you, do you think YouTube is so dumb that it would switch you to the local currency of Colombia or Guatemala? No, not at all, of course not. Under no circumstances, because they know you're going to pay less. Would it help if YouTube required you to pay in Colombian pesos instead of Swiss francs? Even if you don't believe it, it's clear YouTube doesn't cost the same in Switzerland as in Colombia. Exactly the same plan with exactly the same benefits will always have different prices adjusted to the local economy. And if you don't believe me, look at this. The cost of YouTube Premium in Colombia is about 20,900 Colombian pesos, which is equivalent to $5.22 in United States currency. So $5, just imagine, what a complete madness. Now, how much does exactly the same plan cost? Which is the individual plan? What is it? In Switzerland? Pay attention. The price of YouTube Premium in Switzerland with the individual subscription is 17.90 Swiss francs, which is equivalent to no more and no less than $22.25. Are you aware? We're talking about a plan that's basically 4 times more expensive. And that's considering that Colombia has a basic plan. I mean, there are some countries in Latin America that have a basic plan. This plan costs 12,500 Colombian pesos, which is about $3, right? Let's see. 1 second. 12,500 Colombian pesos, $3.12. Wow. I mean, are you aware? In short, we're seeing that YouTube Premium in Switzerland can cost up to 7 times more than in Colombia. For the regular individual YouTube plan, you pay about 4 times more in Switzerland than in Colombia for the same service. So, my question is, do you think that if a Swiss person moves to Colombia, they'll switch their Swiss plan to the Colombian plan? Of course not. They're going to do the opposite. They'll only do this if a Colombian moves to Switzerland. There, they'd be delighted. Right away, right away. After a couple of months, the Colombian will have to pay for his YouTube Premium in Swiss francs, guaranteed. That's why these kinds of rule measures tend to be quite ambiguous. Because like any company, YouTube and Google seek to maximize their profits. Actually, let's see, this is interesting. I don't know if you knew, but this year and since last year, YouTube has been raising the prices of YouTube Premium worldwide. Really? For example, in Mexico, prices rose significantly in April this year. In Spain, they increased in January 2025. In the rest of Europe, prices increased considerably at the end of 2024 in countries like Costa Rica too. Since November 2024, YouTube Premium prices have gone up, which obviously, well, if only YouTube Premium were the only platform raising its prices. Well, I think it's understandable, but the thing is, everything is getting more expensive. All subscription services are significantly increasing their prices. And they do it every year, and they've been doing it for quite a few years now. This is also quite concerning, and I consider it extremely serious and unsustainable. That's why piracy has risen sharply in recent years. It's no coincidence. People are fed up with the abusive prices from big tech and large corporations. Ladies and gentlemen, I got it please. What do you think about this in the comment section? I hope YouTube hasn't distorted my face. Really, I hope nothing weird happened at minute 2 with 51 seconds of this video. Don't go to that point in the video, please. Don't do it because it'll give you total cringe. Ladies and gentlemen, see you next time.